Hello, Kara here with the Elements of Evolution, and this is your reverse transcription of the Cancer season love letter. Cancer's biggest wish for the world is for us to all remember our divinity. If there was one sign that encapsulated the unconditionally loving cosmic mama, it would be Cancer. This archetype wants us to move through life with the felt sense that we are worthy. Every unique one of us. Special, valuable, worthy. Imagine for a moment how differently you would move through life if this was truly your baseline, your modus operandi, if you will. How would you honor yourself differently? How would your standards change? How would you spend your energy, and on whom would you spend it? Being the watery sign that Cancer is, this season is an invitation to pay closer attention to our inner landscape, particularly through the lens of self-worth. Flowing in off the heels of Gemini's outgoing yang energy, this season is revealing what too much doing and too little being feels like. An excellent piece of self-reflection if you have been feeling spread thin. The invitation here is to notice and to nurture. Come back to your yin. As the archetype of the mother, Cancer season illuminates where we overgive. If every year at this time you feel exhausted, is it possible that you are pouring energy into those that either cannot or will not receive from you? Consider redirecting the flow of your generous resources inward. The symbol for Cancer, after all, is really the mother and the child, aka the most important person in your life is you. You cannot ignore the energy leak that persists when giving outweighs receiving. There is a significance as well regarding the symbolism of Cancer's mascot, the crab. Crabs do not come into this world with the fully formed exoskeleton that is their characteristic shell. This shell is formed over time. Cancer is the part of us that is permeable, capable of sensing and feeling the world around us. As children, we move through life incredibly sensitive, our emotional body unprotected and exposed. Much like the crab's shell, our boundaries are formed over time. Even now, the part of our charts ruled by Cancer may be an area of life that feels tender, sensitive, and unprotected. Again, like the crab, we must grow our exoskeleton and become discerning about who and how much we allow in. Cancer does value safety, so naturally it is important to adjust our permeability to best support our needs in any given situation. But hear this. Permeability is an incredibly beautiful gift. Cancer is the first water sign of the zodiac, and as such, it is interested in supporting us to feel and to develop our emotional intelligence. Consider for a moment how many humans are so afraid to feel that they avoid. They are afraid to have the hard conversations, so they let important relationships degrade. They are afraid to face their own feelings, so they are trapped in cages of their own making. Emotions are not items we can choose at the local market. We don't get to pick them. They are not logical, but they are valid. We go through life wanting to feel more joy, levity, fun, freedom, pleasure, expansion. Heck, some of us are out there asking for intuitive gifts to expand. And yet here we are, walking, breathing contractions. When we close ourselves off to any part along the spectrum of human emotion, we cannot open to the parts we desire to feel. Contraction is contraction, and Cancer knows this. It knows that feeling is a superpower and encourages us to feel all the way to the bottom of the barrel of our dense or heavy emotions so that they no longer hold us. They no longer drive our lives from the hidden realm aka the subconscious, Cancer knows that feeling expands in both directions. The more we traverse through what is heavy, the more we get to enjoy what is light. Joy, love, pleasure, freedom, fun. So I repeat, feeling is a superpower. Now, if Cancer rules your first house of self, others may perceive you as sensitive, intuitive, caring, and nurturing. They may also see you as a caregiver or protector, and your identity is intimately tied to emotional security and home, whatever that means to you. If Cancer rules your second house of resources, your emotional security is tied to financial and material security. Money may be tied to family, and you may nurture others through materials, whether that's food, gifts, or other resources. If Cancer rules your third house of communication, you likely communicate in gentle and empathic ways. You may be involved in early childhood education of some kind and or quite close to your siblings or those who feel like siblings. You may write or express in some medium with content centered around home, sanctuary, memories, personal experiences, or even channeled writing. If Cancer rules your fourth house of home and family, you have deep emotional roots. You may crave a safe, nourishing home life and have a strong connection to your own mother, ancestry, or family lineage. If Cancer rules your fifth house of creativity, expression, romance, and children, or your inner child, you express love and creativity in tender, gentle ways. Parenting or working with little ones may be especially meaningful, and your art and pleasure may be inspired by or reflect your emotions. If Cancer rules your sixth house of day-to-day routines and service, you nurture through serving others. You are likely emotionally attuned to your daily routines and rituals, and emotional health is very important for your overall health. Work that involves care, food, healing, or home can be very fulfilling. If Cancer rules your seventh house of one-on-one partnerships, commitments, and contracts, you seek emotional safety and security in your relationships. You may even attract a partner who is sensitive and generous in their nurturing, or your partnerships, romantic or otherwise, reflect your desire to build containers that feel safe to be all of yourself. If Cancer rules your eighth house of healing, you feel deeply, period. You may hold emotional memories around loss, transformation, or shared resources. This is not a negative thing. This is a very powerful thing for you. There is likely an emotional intensity around intimacy as well, and physical intimacy without energetic or emotional intimacy probably feels empty or lacking for you. If Cancer rules your ninth house of travel, philosophy, and higher education, you seek emotional meaning through philosophy, spirituality, or travel. You may resonate deeply with systems of belief that honor the divine feminine, the family, or lineage. With Cancer ruling your 10th house of career and achievements, your public reputation likely involves being seen as protecting, protective, or nurturing. You may work in the realms of healing, emotional leadership, or sharing your empathic abilities. Creating safety and connection is part of your legacy. If Cancer rules your 11th house of community and networking, your people feel like family. You are someone who nourishes your connections and has friends that are your chosen family. Emotional alignment or resonance is needed in group settings and collective visions. If Cancer rules your 12th house of unconscious, etheric, and the dream world, you feel collective emotions deeply, which means not everything is yours. Stop trying to attach your own personal stories onto what is moving through you and just create space for it to move through you. There is a spiritual sensitivity, and you likely fill your cup from being alone. Retreat is important, and so is energetic hygiene. I cannot stress that last bit enough. Your nurturing nature operates behind the scenes and may not be something that you receive recognition for. That is all for the Cancer season love letter. I hope this felt inspiring in regards to your own self-care, your own self-nurturing, your own honoring. And until next time, mwah.